Tonight, a familiar but dangerous phrase has returned to global politics. Diplomacy first, but war is still an option. U.S. President Donald Trump says he prefers negotiations with Iran, yet he has made one thing unmistakably clear. If talks fail, military force remains on the table. This dual message is deliberate, it is strategic, and it carries global consequences. The question now is simple. Is this genuine diplomacy or strategic pressure designed to corner Tehran? During his recent national address, Trump emphasized he does not seek war with Iran, but he repeated a red line that has defined U.S. policy for decades. Iran must never obtain nuclear weapons. At the same time, Washington has confirmed renewed diplomatic engagement in Geneva. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, has said a deal is within reach, but only if diplomacy is given priority. That phrase is critical, because both sides claim to want diplomacy, yet both are simultaneously preparing for confrontation. While talks move forward, the United States has increased its military presence in the Middle East. Carrier strike groups, air defense systems, advanced aircraft positioning. This is what analysts call strategic ambiguity. It signals restraint and readiness at the same time. For Trump, this maintains leverage. For Iran, it raises suspicion. From Tehran's perspective, negotiation under visible military pressure looks less like diplomacy and more like coercion. And this tension defines the current moment. At the core of the standoff is uranium enrichment. Iran insists its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes. Washington remains unconvinced. Western intelligence reports suggest Iran's enrichment levels are technically closer than ever to weapons-grade capability, though Tehran denies weaponization intent. This is the thin line between deterrence and escalation. If diplomacy fails, military planners would likely consider strikes on nuclear facilities. But such action carries enormous risks: regional retaliation, missile exchanges, proxy conflicts, oil market disruption. The consequences would not be contained. Israel is watching closely. So are Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. European allies are urging de-escalation, and global oil markets are reacting to uncertainty. If conflict erupts in the Strait of Hormuz, through which roughly 1/5 of global oil flows, energy prices could spike dramatically. For global economies already under strain, that risk is not theoretical. It is immediate. Trump's approach reflects a long-standing doctrine: peace through strength. The idea is simple: show readiness for war to avoid having to fight one. But this strategy requires careful calibration. Too little pressure and deterrence fails. Too much pressure and miscalculation becomes likely. History shows that wars often begin not by intention, but by escalation cycles. Diplomacy is underway. Military options remain prepared. Both Washington and Tehran claim to want stability. but trust is thin. The coming weeks will determine whether this moment becomes a breakthrough in diplomacy or the opening chapter of a larger confrontation. For now, the world waits.